Alrighty
God.
then. On to the
This
Bermuda
game.
Locket. Sorry. Let me get
Yeah,
off of
cool.
off of you.
No. Do the introduction. Go for it. Brink.
The map is Bermuda Locket. The players are Thistlebanger and JaggedAppliance. Both of them are UEF. You know this map by heart by now, or at least I think you should. And with that, I'm going to get the introduction out of the way, and now Heaven can talk without me trampling on him.
High power transport build for farm sledge. Very high power actually. I don't know what this is, to be honest. Could be fast maybe, because he's clearly overbuilding power. Like, you want to be building 9 power generators for an efficient transport rush. You want to be building maybe around 7 for a crippling transport rush that uses mass reclaim instead of mixes, which is kind of standard on this map. But 10 power generators is different. It's different.
You say that, but I can never build enough power for all of the reclaim on this map. So I would be tempted to say that the more power you can build, the better off you would be. But I don't know.
But that delays the transport. Like, this map has a bit of a rock paper scissors situation going on. Namely, there is the crippling transport rush that trades eco for a fast transport. There is the airlock, which is designed to take out a late transport, and there is the default transport rush, which is a bit more like conservative with your eco, not really wasting like initial eco, and it's got a good scale later on. But your transport is also later.
That both of these players are not doing any of the builds that you're describing, and both of them are far higher rank than we are. Well, no, you're 1700, so Jagged's only got you by 1.
Yeah, like.
Okay. How many P-gens is that? That is 10 P-gens, then an air factory on the south side for JaggedAppliance. And then that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Thistlebanger. So both of them went 10.
Yeah, so the way this looks to me is that they're both going for a like eco-heavy transport. That's going to be a late transport, and if one of them went for an Alex-style airlock build, they could shoot down the transport, build their own transport later, get the expansion while denying the enemy expansion. So that's kind of my point. Like, the rock paper scissors situation with the opening build orders on this map keeps on going, and like if you go for the opening, let's say JaggedAppliance is using, and Farm Slash is going for like the crippling version of the transport rush, then JaggedAppliance wins.
I understand. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, that's sort of my point.
I told you the last game broke my brain. Like, it seriously destroyed.
It broke a lot of things, Brink. Like, it broke a lot of things.
It destroyed my last thin, unraveling thread of sanity, and I'm just gone now. So,
okay,
it's all good.
Okay.
Nice little bit of transport micro from JaggedAppliance. I love it when people pull the dodge on the interceptor like that.
I think Farm Slash is trying to go for an airlock, but it's failing. It's not going to work, I promise you.
It's failing epically.
Yeah, like you want to go for an 8 power generator airlock on no maxes, but he went for a 10 power generator airlock on 3 maxes, I think. And that's just going to be way too late. So you can see the engineer drop landed, and it's constructing the factory. And even if the bomber connects and it deals damage, the factory is there and it's going to be used. So, like,
it's gonna hurt my soul if all 6 idle engineers die to that bomber. Oh!
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was close.
He's dodging.
All right. Well, it's not a total loss then. Got 4 land factories going down on the left side for JaggedAppliance, and then 1 additional in the home base. So sticking with 1 air factory, probably going to get some heavy assistance later on in the game to make things work. But loads of power generators being built all over the place so that they can actually make use of the vast quantities of reclaim that cover this entire map. I don't think that any other map in regular rotation has this much reclaim spread out over the entire thing.
I think Via 3 may have more. It's just a guess though. I don't know.
I would like to see a count on it.
I think size matters here. On Via 3, the reclaim is more easily available, and it's a comparable amount. on this map, you actually have to like expand a lot, and like the map is larger, right? It's just larger. That's why you don't get the reclaim so easily.
Does Via 3 have the larger boulders though?
No, it doesn't, but it's got so many small rocks, and they're so close to like your starting position, and like they basically just continue for the entire map. So that like I would think that Via 3 just scales better, and a factor is probably also that you don't have to build Navy on Via 3, so the teching is just a lot faster.
Gotcha. All right, stream, you heard him. Somebody needs to go out and reclaim the entire map of Bermuda Locket and the entire map of Via 3 and let us know which one is more.
I'd be interested. Actually,
Sandbox host it. Go, go, go. You can do this and that at the same time. One engineer...
Farm / actually going for a greedy expansion style. Interesting.
Did he get multiple drops off? He must have.
He used the same transport, but he dropped in 2 different places, and that's going to speed up his reclaim.
Mr. Rowie has accepted the challenge in the Twitch chat, so later on we might actually find out which one has more. Just make sure you host Sandbox with adjustable speed turned on so that you can put it to +10 and then just speed reclaim the entire thing with as many factories as possible.
Well, and yeah, you want to make you want to put cheats on and just like spawn the engineers, and you also want to spawn like 100 mass storages or something, otherwise it's not going to reclaim.
That T1 bomber circling back is going to miss the engineer again because of random move orders that were placed. I don't know why that T1 bomber is continuing to fly away when it could have easily killed that Engie.
I think when the engineer moves diagonally towards the bomber just doesn't get the right angle to drop. Like, you can actually dodge bombers
by moving towards them.
Yeah, that's sort of it.
This is a hilarious air sweep because JaggedAppliance was going after the transport of farms. Farms pursued, so now there's just going to be a massive air fight in the middle. Jack is going to lose air control and all of his inties, but he is going to successfully drop the other side. Like, what is this even as it happens in the center?
Well, that's certainly not worth it.
No, he's going to get 1 T1 PD down, kill 4 mass extractors. He might be able to lock this down for a minute, but an artillery is going to come up from the other way and get that taken care of. JaggedAppliance is being a lot slower on his expansion pickups. He's only got half of his right side expansion, and he is losing his front line to the forward tanks from Thistlebanger as well. So Farms is looking to take a pretty good hold on the map. He's also already shifted to T2, getting his first T2 power generator up with which to build even more air units. And on the south side, looks like power struggles are happening as JaggedAppliance can't even get his first T2 factory out. So Farms looking very, very strong at the beginning of this.
The way Farms queued up his pigeons looks suspiciously like a broadsword build. But it could be anything. I don't know why you would go for broadswords.
11,000 reclaim for both players, so they're pretty even on that footing. But Thistle's got 57 income and looks like, oh no, actually 60 for JaggedAppliance, so they are dead even on both.
JaggedAppliance is did you just call our stream shitty? Whatever. JaggedAppliance has JaggedAppliance has T2 mixes, and Farsight has the map. So I wonder what's going to be better.
So why is the replay pausing?
Because the players have paused it as well, I think.
Okay.
Like, this is a live replay, isn't it? So
no. Yeah, it is.
It would make sense if the breaks are just as long as the were in the real game.
What second are you at?
At in 3 seconds at minute 9.
Okay, we're the same then. That's fine.
Right.
Okay. Looks like heavy air control for Farms as well. I am pretty impressed that Jagged is actually maintaining about the same economy level as Farms, even though he's got significantly less map control. But I think the power problem is going to end up being a huge issue. Farms is just so far ahead on power supply, he's going to be able to spend much more mass. Also, he's building T2 gunships, which could end badly for the Navy that JaggedAppliance was actually doing a pretty good job of securing. I guess that's what you get for having 5 naval factories versus 3.
But we do see some torp towers and submarines from Farm Such.
Fun fact, the naval factory is the only one that it's more mass effective to build engineers for than to build more factories. The other factories, land and air, have 20 build power and cost about the same amount of mass as 4 engineers, which also have 20 build power. For Navy, it actually costs 6 engineers to build a factory. So you can put 4 engineers to assist the naval factory and have the same amount of build power as building another factory for that 50% mass increase. The only problem you might run into is that with your engineers forward on the water, it's harder to protect them from T1 bombers, so you might end up losing all of your build power to one well-placed bomb.
Right, yeah. Engineers are very easy to defend on non-naval factories compared to naval factories because you cannot build stationary shields, or like you can technically build stationary anti-air in front of your naval factory, but like most players just don't do it for whatever reason.
Farms is actually building up a massive power grid. He's already overflowing about 300 to 900 depending on his reclaim levels, and he's building 2 additional power generators for a total of 5. So probably going to see relatively early T3 air from him. JaggedAppliance, on the other hand, just cracked 2K on his power supply. He's gone T2 land instead of T2 air and is building pillars to push on the left. I'm not sure how that's going to work for him, though, since he is still struggling a little bit on the air front. Although it does look like with the gunship production coming from Thistlebanger, he is going to be able to pull out a win here.
Well, both players are making pillars, and both players are making... okay, never mind. Both players are making pillars. Right.
Yep, and, T2 factory just came online. Or
because of how mass efficient they are, it makes a lot of sense.
Looks like first support factory online as well. Pretty heavy assistance for JaggedAppliance. That does make sense because he will be able to protect his left flank from that huge amount of production that Thistle's brought online. But over on the right, we do see 3 more support factories and some pillars flowing up to the north, where Farms really doesn't have that much to defend with. He did just drop 3 more support factory upgrades on the top right, though, so still looking fairly even all the way around. It's hard to tell.
Looking at the travel time on this map and on the lack of intel because of how large it is, I'm just kind of questioning whether people don't make too little drops in general on this map. Like, this map is very APM intense because of all the engineers you have to reclaim with. But drops can do a lot of stuff. Like, imagine JaggedAppliance has so many pillars on the right side, or at least a large scale production, that he could already destroy stuff if he just dropped them instead of walking.
Yes, get him up behind the units and it would take so long to respond. JaggedAppliance looks like he's sunk far more into Navy at the beginning of the game, but now we're seeing more naval factories being built on the left for Farms as well, so he's going to double up on his Navy production. There has been a T2 naval shift for JaggedAppliance, though. He's got his first Cooper out to deal with any of the T1 subs that were plaguing him from the other side. Destroyer out for Farms, though. Enough frigates that I think that might die, but I think it's going to come down to another stalemate. The difference in this engagement, though, is that JaggedAppliance is going to leave a whole lot of mass underneath Thistlebanger's production, and that reclaim is going to give Farms a leg up.
And look at Ecos in general. Like, Farms has 70% more mass in front than JaggedAppliance.
Yep, and just slightly over 50% map control.
Killer count is even, both players.
Yeah, this is looking a little grim for JaggedAppliance. to be honest.
Yeah. Like, at this point, Farmsledge can probably just, you know, keep ecoing and do a little bit of everything, while JaggedAppliance will have to economize on some things, which are eventually going to get him killed. But since there's no fight happening, apart from a little bit of Navy interaction, JaggedAppliance could as well just, you know, stop building units for a bit, eco up, and then resume building units. I think nobody's going to notice.
Farms is going to take air control pretty hard here. Still some torps out for JaggedAppliance, but I don't think those are going to be enough to make a difference. Might get one destroyer kill off of it, but another one's moving up to take its place.
I think air control is a pretty strong word for this sort of game, because we're talking a 14 minutes game, and people have 100 to 200 mass income, but there's only 15 fighters on the map for both players. So it's kind of strange to see that, but I guess.
Yeah, the fight that took place just a few minutes ago pretty much decimated the numbers for both players.
Oh, okay. So it was pretty balanced, this fight, and that's why both players have less fighters than they should have. Makes sense.
That was a bad turn on Farm's part, though. He's going to lose about a third of his interceptors to JaggedAppliance's turn there. Looks like as far as air production goes, we've got 3 factories for Farms, one of them heavily assisted, actually 5 factories. And then on the south side, we've got 1, 2, 3, and then total of 6. There's more on the right. T2 factory, didn't you just ask for drops a minute ago? Because I think there's a transport over on the right that might be fulfilling your wish.
Yeah, there we go.
T2 transport carrying some pillars. 6 of them to be exact. See if we can see where that's queued. Oh, that is
Left
going
side.
all the way around Timbuktu to get over there.
That makes a lot of sense, because on the right side there's Farmsledge unit production, and of course you don't want to drop 6 pillars inside 8 pillars. You'd rather want to drop them in a place where no land units are.
Or right next to an ACU. Yeah, if he's able to get in the back there, he might be able to kill off a couple of those T2 power generators before anything can be done to stop him.
Yep.
JaggedAppliance engaging on the left. Oh, tack launchers. That's not good.
How did we miss out on these?
There's 2 over there, already taken out 2 T2 mass extractors and more to come. Let me see what the range is on those. They can reach all the way to the center point. The first 4 naval factories are within reach. So he could actually snipe. Yeah, I think he's got clean line of sight. He could kill the T2 naval HQ with those tack launchers.
There's Team D on the way.
The ACU just built some.
Yeah, it would be quite expensive to attack the naval factory, and I think the engineers would just repair it in time. But this was very much an Aloha moment. I like the name of this attack launcher.
Got another drop over on the right. So that's 2 for you.
Yeah, they're landing. I'd argue the drop on the right is a bit of a mistake because it's right inside the production.
He was able to kill 2 T2 mass extractors and another T1.
Yeah, that's not so bad. I like the way they are timed though. Farms is busy reacting to the drop on the right, and the drop on the left is actually dealing the real damage. And we don't see a point defense there yet.
1 T2 power generator down.
Yeah, that's going to take out all the build power, and I'd say another 2 power generators minimum.
Got it.
Pretty good drop.
Yeah, he got within 200 HP of killing a 3rd T2 mass extractor. It's actually quite good over there.
Naval situation looking interesting. Quite a mess, but I guess JaggedAppliance is sort of winning for now.
There is a cruiser out though, so JaggedAppliance is going to be able to win back that air control pretty handily. T1 point defense up now. Most of those tanks are not able to hit the T2 power generators. I think Jagged should be moving to get to a better location.
Ridiculous. Do you even see the shape of this little hill?
Just
it looks like the perfect
hill.
triangle.
Yeah,
it looks like, if you zoom in on it, it looks like the perfect triangle that was only created to not kill the power generator. That's seriously farm/level luck. Like, whenever I see something like this, it's happening in a farm/game to his advantage. Like, how can you do something like that? It's unfair.
So stupidly lucky. Dang you.
Every time this guy, seriously, is so lucky.
Well, there you have it, folks. The secret to farm success is luck.
Yeah, I did not say that.
100%. He's actually a 1600 rated player in disguise.
No.
That's exactly what you said.
No. Like, he's very skilled, but he's also very lucky. It just comes together, okay?
Another pillar drop.
Rating.
That's 3 now. Actually, those are Riptides. Never mind. Gonna go after the T2 mechs. I would hope that he's gonna get the T2 power. Yep, there it is. That would be a much more valuable target. You know, Riptides actually do a respectable amount of damage.
Yep, they're pretty good.
Unlike Blazes. Blazes are just
Thanks
sad.
for reminding me of how useless my faction is.
Blazes just make you want to go hide in a hole and wish for more DPS. Riptide's now moving out into the map as well. Valiants are pretty decent at killing T2 hover. They do have a well-balanced enough firing cycle and DPS scale. But of course, anything else that's thrown out in front is something to try to defend yourself with. Right now, though, we've got 4 Valiants and a Bulwark versus 2 Valiants and 2 Frigates. So I think we can pretty easily see which way this naval fight is swinging. Farm's taking a pretty secure hold on the center. He's got nearly double the economy of JaggedAppliance and far more than 50% map control. JaggedAppliance is actually going to take the Control K. Do not blame him on that one.
Sorry to disappoint, but JaggedAppliance also lost his naval HQ because Farms managed to kill the TMD on the way to the naval HQ.
Oh, I didn't see it.
4 attack missiles killed the naval HQ at the perfect timing, so that JaggedAppliance had no chance at building up navy to counter the T2 navy in the center. And as soon as you lose
good rating, and it was all for naught.
Right.
That is gonna wrap everything up for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like and share it with someone. If you want to support the channel, catch the streams, or join the Discord, check out the links in the description. Thank you all for being at least partially insane, and I will see you in the next one.